Let's build a home for every single career in The Sims 4, but the budget for the home will be the real-life annual salary of that career. This is episode 13.
I am part of the EA Creator Network, so some packs were gifted to me and some packs I've purchased myself.
Welcome back to everybody's favorite series on my channel. As per usual, I will link episodes 1 to 12 down below so you can catch up on all of the episodes thus far. You guys have really been bringing it with all of the amazing ideas in the comments section, so as always, we're going with yet another one of your guys' suggestions and building a house for a florist. And before we get started, please don't forget to comment down below which career we should build for next, and make sure you're going through the comments and thumbs upping the ones you agree with, because that really helps me to decide which idea is the most popular. The gardener career came with the season's expansion pack, and as usual, there are two different branches, the botanist branch and the floral designer branch. To make it to the top of the career, you're gonna need the gardening skill, obviously, but if you go the botanist branch, you'll need the logic skill, and if you go the floral designer branch, you'll need the flower arranging skill. As for the in-game salary, I'm kind of noticing a trend with these Sims 4 careers. No matter what career you pick, as long as you make it to the top of the career, you're basically guaranteed like over 2,000 simoleons per day, which kind of makes sense because hypothetically in the real world, you can become very, very successful doing anything and in any profession. But at the same time, statistically, there are better paying jobs than others. So I think in a way, it might be more interesting for gameplay if there were a higher salary disparity between the jobs, just to incentivize you to pick certain jobs in the game for the money, kind of like in real life. But anyways, let's take to Google to figure out how much a florist makes in real life. According to Google, a florist on average makes $29,200 per year. I do realize that there is a difference between a florist and a floral designer, but you'll see when we actually start building that I want to go for a more cozy, local florist vibe and not like a big professional wedding floral designer. So for today, I think a more conservative floral salary is best. 29,200 simoleons is definitely not a lot of money. It's just barely more than starter home territory. We're also not making an apartment today, so if I'm not mistaken, this is the smallest budget we've ever had to work with to actually build a full-blown house. You guys know I'm always up for a challenge, so I am not even worried. Before we get started, a kind reminder to please consider using code DoctorAshley at checkout on thesims.com or the EA app when you're buying any expansion packs or kits, or you're pre-ordering the new expansion pack, whatever it is, and 5% of your purchase will go towards supporting my channel instead of to EA. I appreciate all of you guys who have been using my code so far. It really helps me out, and thank you so much. If you predicted that we would be building in Henford-on-Bagley, then you are correct. So we're on this cute little 20 by 30 lot, kind of in the middle of nowhere, which is the exact vibe I was going for. Our modest 29,000 simoleon budget has been set, so let's get started. My strategy here today is to not make the actual structure of the home too large. That way I can focus more on the garden. I saw this reference photo and thought it would be perfect just because the home wasn't very big, but I loved how vast and dramatic the garden looked. In other words, I have to make a really killer looking garden in order to make up for the lackluster home. Time to go in with my beloved gabled roof. Let's extend it out by one, and then grabbing a hipped roof piece to cover the rest, and then another gabled roof piece turned to the side. Okay, that was hands down the easiest roofing we've ever had in this entire series, which I'm not mad about. It might make a little bit more sense to turn the build on its side, just so we have more vertical space. I hate it when the column is not fully covered by the roof, so let's pull those eaves out a bit. There's like a wooden walkway extending from the front porch, so I'm gonna try and replicate that. We obviously need the wooden stilt foundation for this. The main foundation actually looks like it might be like some sort of concrete or brick. Let's go in with some black roof shingles, maybe combining it with some sheet metal roof texture as well. Any of these horse ranch planks would be perfect for this build. This one is a bit more natural, and then this one is very weathered and rustic looking. I think I'll go for the non-weathered one because there still is a ton of texture in it. And then going in with these horse ranch windows, just two of them up top. I specifically left this build at medium wall height because I wanted to use these beautiful laundry day stuff pack windows on the back side here. It's especially important since this build is so small that we include a lot of big windows and natural light so it doesn't feel cramped inside. But we also can't add too many windows because then there'll be like no privacy and it'll be like living in a greenhouse, which could actually be kind of ironic and fitting, so We can do no wrong. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at this beautiful door from the base game. We must have got that in the 25th anniversary free base game update. Obviously, it's too luxe for our particular build. I mean, the black one kind of works, but I don't think we'll be using this today, but noted. Noted, because that's a beautiful door, and I'm very happy about it. The door in the photograph is honestly just a black glass door, so I think this one from Eco Lifestyle is our best bet. I think I might just use the laundry day window on the front as well. It adds some dimension and it's so pretty. We barely get to use this window, so I'm really milking it right now. Okay, hold on a second. The interior is a little bit too small, don't you think? Like, I know we're on a budget, but we can probably do a little bit better than that. I also think I should box this section in completely, and this will be like our flower arranging greenhouse area. I'm just sorting by the Greenhouse Haven kit, and then I'll use all of the build assets from this pack, like this door, and I think it came with these beautiful windows as well. Okay, I love these windows, but they are adding up. They're like 85 simoleons a piece. How do we feel about the black color? I kind of think maybe like this light brown beige color could really brighten up the place. I want to try using these new base game windows. These ones came in the birthday update as well. I just think the size is slightly a better fit. I'm considering extending this greenhouse area even further just to make a larger impact from the front. Maybe something like that? What do you think? The build is looking a little bit too simple for me. I think we need to add a spandrel. I kind of like this one from the Love Struck pack just because it adds a little bit of like unexpected detail underneath the roof. I don't know what it is about the color scheme. I just can't get on board with all of these different shades of brown. I'm gonna try and incorporate white instead. I don't know what it is with me and brown exteriors, but for some reason I just can't get it to work. Maybe I'll change the columns to white as well, as if they painted it. What if I made this porch area white as well? And then maybe the greenhouse area also on a stilt foundation, just so it has a little bit more separation. Oh my gosh, you guys, I don't even know anymore. I'm like spiraling a little bit. Okay, I genuinely think that most of these problems will go away once I start adding all of the plants and the landscaping. So my gut is telling me not to worry too much about the combination of brown, black, and white, and like it won't make that much of a difference in the end. I feel like what we have so far is a pretty good balance of dark and light, so let's go with it for now. I'm just gonna add some window details on either side. Okay, let's go with that for now as our main structure. I think it looks pretty good. We have 21,500 simoleons left. I want to spend most of our money on the gardening area in the front. These garden patches from the Cottage Living expansion pack are definitely the #1 pick. This flower arranging table from the Seasons expansion pack is essential for this career, so I'm gonna put it right now into the greenhouse area. Let's also put down this bee box from the Seasons expansion pack, including these base game garden pots as well. Basically every variety of gardening item we're gonna include. The Sim is a florist, so obviously flowers are their main like practice, but they probably also just grow a lot of other crops and fruits and vegetables and just have like a very kind of off the grid lifestyle. In the photo, I like how all of the crops are kind of separated by a fence, so I want to replicate that some way or another using this fence from the Cottage Living pack. I don't need the fencing to look like too formal and complete. I want it to look a little bit messy and kind of like homemade. A lot of the sections don't even need like formal planter boxes. They can just plant it directly onto the soil. Again, just making it kind of random and messy. And don't worry, we're gonna cover a lot of this with plants and flowers, so it will look a lot better. 18,000 simoleons left. Let's start going in with a bunch of our flowers. The first one I'm using are these sunflowers. I think a sunflower farm is a staple for a florist. It is gonna look a little bit repetitive, but hopefully once I fill up this entire space, it will look pretty good. I'll go in and just like rotate the flowers in different directions just so it looks a little bit more random. Maybe these large ones from Jungle Adventure would be really cute along this side. Ooh, these ones from the Romantic Garden stuff pack are beautiful. They are kind of expensive though, so maybe I'll just put a couple. Oh my gosh, the pink. We have to use the pink. Also lining the pathway here with these pink bushes. Let's fill some of these pots with these rose bushes. It would look a lot better if these plots already had stuff growing on them, so I'm just gonna fill in a few of them just for aesthetic purposes. Obviously, if you download this build, you can delete these and plant like tomatoes or something. I'll just scatter them around to make it look like kind of random. I am slightly panicking because we only have 16,000 simoleons left and we have not made this a functional home yet. Like, the interior is just empty. I still very strongly believe that the exterior is the most important part of this home though, so I hope this pays off. Let's grab a bench for the outside here. This is just from the base game. Sorting by the Romantic Garden stuff pack, I found these beautiful lattices. I kind of want to put them down here, just over top of these rose bushes. Oh, look at how beautiful this lamp post is. Can we justify it? Can we justify just one? Maybe by the entrance? It is 400 simoleons, that's definitely not cheap. I don't know, I feel like it could really set the tone for this build. Okay, let's get real. I should just not even bother. I have no money left. We have 16,000 simoleons left. We are absolutely heading towards disaster and failure right now. Oh, however, this is only 360 simoleons. This might be a better investment. What do we think? As beautiful as it isn't really giving rustic florist cottage in the middle of nowhere. It's a little bit too formal, so I think we can actually live without it. I think we're good. Before I forget, let's go in with one singular tree. Yes, I am cutting myself off after one. Usually I would say more is more, but today we are seriously in a very bad position. I'm genuinely so sorry. I just already know everybody's mad at me. Before we move on to the interior, let's line our pathway with a few of these lanterns. 15,000 simoleons remaining, and this is what our gardener's home is looking like so far. It looks pretty good. The only thing we have to consider is the fact that the interior is completely empty. Before we screw this up any further, let's just go ahead and do the interior right now. Let's raise this area up on a platform so we don't have to draw so many walls and keep it more open concept. You guys, we might just pull this off. Here's what I have for the floor plan. When you walk in, we'll have the tiniest kitchen ever, one bathroom, and then an open concept bedroom and living room area. And then of course on the right hand side here is our entire greenhouse area where they'll do the flower arranging. The good news is the floor plan really isn't that big. The bad news is we only have 14,000 simoleons, so you know, what else is new? Every single episode, we never have enough money, but you know what? We always manage to make it work. Let's just suck it up, trust the process, we're gonna be fine. Lucky for us, the Horse Ranch expansion pack came with these really cheap counters. They're only 120 simoleons, however, they are still really pretty. Today is not the day we have an ugly kitchen, okay? We're still gonna have a nice one. A lot of the items will unfortunately be from the base game, but that's fine. The base game is actually good now, ever since that update. I feel like we can only afford like 2 cabinets today, and that's okay. I'm okay with it. It's better than nothing. Just adding in some open shelving on this side instead of an extra cabinet. Going in with this circular woven rug from the cats and dogs pack. This beautiful flower bouquet from the base game. And that's gonna be our tiny entryway kitchen all done. Even though there's not much to it, I still think it looks really pretty, especially with these new hexagonal base game tiles. It brings a lot of brightness to the space, which makes it feel a little bit bigger. If we have extra money, I will come back and like clutter up the shelves and stuff, but for now, we need to be smart with our money, so let's move on to the bathroom. The shower tub combo from the base game is pretty cute. I kind of love the pink shower curtain as well, and then we'll just go in with a very basic toilet. Honestly, I'm going for the ambassador today. Usually, I don't stoop as low as the ambassador, like I will always splurge on the tiny living one, but in this case, we truly are that desperate. I am, however, willing to splurge on the sink vanity from the Horse Ranch expansion pack. There's only a 30 simoleon difference between this ugly base game one and the Horse Ranch one, so it's a no-brainer to me. Just going in with this cats and dogs mirror, it's only 55 simoleons. This towel rack from the laundry day stuff pack, and another woven rug from the cats and dogs pack as our bath mat. I strongly believe that every single room in this home deserves a plant, so I'm going in with this hanging one from the paranormal stuff pack. It also comes in this pink color to match our shower, which is super cute. And that's gonna be our basic bathroom all done. I think it actually looks really cute, and it has all of the essentials, so no complaints here. 10,000 simoleons simoleons left. I may be panicking a little bit just because I know we have the entire greenhouse to do. Let's go in with this reclaimed wood bed from the Horse Ranch expansion pack. This yellow swatch kind of ties in with our kitchen. When I built for the Horse Ranch expansion pack, I didn't do any budget builds, so I never really noticed, but the items from the pack are actually pretty inexpensive. If you guys watched my spilling the tea video, then you will know that one of the lots I was going to build was actually supposed to be a starter home. So I actually built them a starter home on my first pass through. Like, I submitted it and everything, and then they were like, yeah, no, we can't have you build a starter home. The surrounding environment was just way too pretty. It was like a vineyard, and a starter home just looked really silly on that lot. I'm honestly so lucky they changed it because, as we know, I am not a budget builder. They saw me attempt it once and they were just like, yeah, no, just no. I think this flower vase candle thing would be good as our side table lamp, using these high school years curtains for some privacy. I love how we got some neutral swatches as well. I know this is a tad whimsical, but I honestly can't help it. I want to go in with these vine curtains over the bed frame. It's a gardener's home. This is like the only time I'm going to be able to use it. I just brought the high school years curtains over to the spandrel here as well. You have to imagine you can like pull it all the way across just for some extra privacy. Why is there concrete on this top platform? I just realized. I feel like it should be wood, right? It was not my intention to make it concrete. I feel like wood would be a lot more inviting and cheaper. Oh my gosh, we just got 132 simoleons back. How do we feel about the fact that it like blends into the walls? I can't decide if I love it or hate it. I think I'll keep it for now. I do want to change this rug though. Maybe this pink color. I feel like we're going for a pinkish theme, as usual. For the mirror, we have none other than this stand-up one from the Horse Ranch expansion pack. I'm just gonna put it in the corner like so your sim can change their outfit. Oh, should we go pink for that? Is it getting a little bit too colorful and childish, or do we kind of love it? I think we love it. Let's go pink. That's gonna be it for our open concept bedroom. Let's move on to our living room area. Would it be an actual miracle if I can pull off this fireplace from the Horse Ranch pack? It's only 400 simoleons, which isn't very expensive at all. Let's do the cream color like that and then find just like one singular love seat. I love the boho vibes of this one from the high school years expansion pack. It's also pink, yellow, and orange, which perfectly matches our color scheme. Of course, we have to use this floral coffee table from high school years as well. What are we doing for TV here, by the way? Are we doing like no TV lifestyle, kind of like off the grid? I have a feeling this house might have to be TV free. We would definitely need a wall mounted one, and they're all like over 2,000 simoleons. It's really just not worth it. I'd rather use that money on extra plants. We will definitely need a bookcase. Now, this bookcase is 1,500 simoleons, but a TV would have cost us over 2,000 simoleons, so technically, we're still saving money, right? Right? This bookcase is so beautiful, like so beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at that color. Tell me that's not worth it. Look me in the eye and tell me that this beautiful bookcase with a ladder is not worth it. Let's go in with this grassy flower rug from the high school years pack. It kind of ties into the whimsical feeling of the leafy vine curtains we used earlier. You may have noticed that we do not have a dining room, and that is because we simply cannot afford it, okay? Just eat on your couch. It's not that deep. I have a dining table in my apartment, and I've used it maybe twice. I don't know why, I just always prefer to eat in front of the TV. Actually, I do know why. It's because I want to watch TV. Duh. 7,100 simoleons left. I think we can afford a nicer overhead light. I'm thinking this one from the Blooming Rooms kit would be perfect for obvious reasons. There's greenery hanging from it. Would it be like super obnoxious if we hung these dried plants from the window? Is that going a little bit too far? Let's also include some artwork on the wall. Oh, obviously this one of a literal flower. Maybe this sunflower painting from the base game as well, kind of making a small mini collage. I know it's a little expensive, but I think it adds a lot of character to that corner. Okay, whether we like it or not, we have to cut ourselves off. Here is the interior all complete. I think it does look a little bit sparse for my liking, but I did make up for it with a lot of fun colors and whimsical elements, which add a lot of personality to this build. Considering the budget, I think I did an okay job, but we have 6,400 simoleons left, and we have to make this entire greenhouse area look nice. Going in with this leafy overhead light from the base game holiday collection. I envisioned this area being like an at-home flower shop as well, so I was hoping to include one of these garage sale tables so you can actually sell stuff on it. This one is from City Living and it's 400 simoleons. I know there's one from Eco Lifestyle as well. Let's go with the Eco Lifestyle one because I like the swatches a little bit better. Including this dine out sign on the wall as if it's their logo as soon as you walk in. Oh my gosh, these display shelves from the Get to Work pack would be perfect so we can display all of our potted plants and we don't have to put them on the ground. We can sell a bunch of these starter saplings for people who are just starting out with their own garden. Also these basic plants from the base game. I'm trying to include as many of the cheap plants as possible. This little display from the Country Kitchen Kit is also super cute. I am once again fighting with the grid system to figure out where I can and cannot place things. It's genuinely quite aggravating. Here's our display cabinets all cluttered up. I just use a variety of plants, whatever I could find that was on the cheaper end. And then I also grabbed this base game chalkboard sign. I thought that it could kind of be like the pricing sheet or something. We're looking pretty good, but we still have all of this blank space back here, which I'm gonna reserve for taller plants. These ones from the Seasons pack are a good staple piece and they're only 50 simoleons each. Okay, once again, I just went in with a random cluster of inexpensive plants and I tried to grab ones with different heights so there's a lot of dimension. I think it's honestly looking really good. I was considering putting in one of those like flower rugs from City Living. If you know which one I'm talking about, I'm pretty sure it's this one from City Living. It's nice and large, which I love, but then these last few swatches are these rose petals. I don't know, for some reason, I think it's kind of cute, especially for our flower shop. Maybe the light pink is a little bit more tasteful. Just going in with this rug by the door. For some reason, this rug really reminds me of like all of the rugs that businesses have when you first walk in to like wipe your feet on. I know this is part of the Comfy Gamer kit, and it's realistically supposed to be an indoor rug, but to me this just screams like commercial rug to wipe your feet on. I don't know why. Let's finish off our flower shop with this kind of expensive flower display, but I think it's really nice right by the entrance. And with that being said, somehow, against all odds, we have finished the flower shop and come in under budget with 3,000 simoleons to spare. I really love the concept of this room. I think it's very unique and definitely fits the theme of what we were trying to build today. Oh my gosh, you know what? It would probably look a bajillion times better if we put wood in here. Yes, indeed, it does. Oh my gosh, that just solved all of our problems, didn't it? It looks so much more cozy in here. I'm like exponentially happier with this room now. And we got more money back. So we have 3,100 simoleons remaining to basically make this home even better. I think the only thing I would consider adding is just a few more flowers out front here, just to make it look a little bit more overgrown and messy. I want it to look like they have a flower infestation going on. We also held back when it came to exterior lighting, so we can go in with some lanterns now. Just these ones from the base game is probably fine. Oh boy, we also forgot an exterior bin, which is not great. It's not great. I'll put it out here, kind of hidden behind the lattices so you can't see it. It could have been there the whole time, you never know. We'll do this welcome mat out front. Also one of these chalkboard signs right by the flower shop entrance. Hopefully I can find one that has flowers on it. Oh, this one has grapes. That's not too far off. I feel like grapes is fine. Close enough, you guys. We'll live. We'll live. Okay, since there's no dining room inside, I think it would be nice if we went in with a picnic table out here so we can actually sit down with at least one other person and share a meal. I kind of imagine this being like a cute community space too, where the customers will buy their flowers and kind of sit out here and chat with their coffee. Okay, 2,000 simoleons left. Let's just bring it home with a bunch of plants and flowers all along the side here. These pink plants from the Romantic Garden stuff pack. This base game potted plant to kind of anchor off the back section. Don't be shy, let's just get rid of all of our money here. Should we put some flower boxes underneath here? I don't know how realistic that is, but it definitely doesn't hurt, I guess, right? More is more, and I can say that because we have the money. We are rich, baby! We can do whatever we want! Do we want some of these out here? Yes, we do. We want it all. Because we can afford it. Because we're rich. There is truly no better feeling than when you're at the end of a budget build and you have extra money and you just start spending it like crazy. All of a sudden, nothing matters and all of your worries just go away. Just alt placing one of these into the column here. Okay, we can probably afford a few of these hedges. These are from the Island Living expansion pack. Also, I apologize if my voice is like cracking a little bit. I'm honestly so sick right now. Every other sentence I need to like take a big gulp of water. I am struggling. It looks like we've also been blessed with the ability to include one more tree on this lot. Wow. What a luxury. Oh my gosh, we need to include fairy lights. How have I just thought of this? Do we go with the ones from the Life and Death expansion pack, or do we go with the classic ones from the toddler stuff pack? We can even have it connect to the tree so we don't have to pay for another end pole thing. I was maybe thinking just one, but I think one more going this way would be nice. Oh, thank goodness the pole is only 5 simoleons. That was really nice of them. Okay, 180 simoleons left. I do recall saying I would clutter up the kitchen a little bit if we had the extra money. I totally forgot about that until just now. Let's go in with a few of these flower decorated mugs. This stack of books, maybe it's like a cookbook, these cute lemons on the counter. Okay, wait, one last thing. We absolutely need to include this bonsai tree activity. This is how you can level up the gardening skill. With that, we have 5 simoleons left. I'm gonna go in with one last decor piece on this picnic table, which leaves us with 0 simoleons. With 29,200 simoleons, here is our home for a florist, all done. This turned out way better than I thought it would. I didn't expect for us to be able to create such a cluttered gardening space and also such a like full and large gardening space. The greenhouse flower shop also turned out super cute. Like, I thought we'd have to delete some of these windows for sure. Whenever we do a budget build, there's always going to be some sacrifices. So in this case, we opted for a less cluttered interior in order to make a really lavish looking exterior. I think that ended up being the right strategy because at the end of the day, it tells a story as to where the Sims' priorities lie. They don't mind if their home is a little bit more on the simple side. They'd rather invest all of their time and money into their flower shop and into their garden. That was the smallest budget we've ever had to work with to build an entire home, like not an apartment. So please let me know what you guys think of it down below and let me know whether or not I passed or failed this challenge. Please don't forget to leave your suggestions for our next episode and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you want me to continue with this series. And if you're planning on buying any Sims packs anytime soon, or you're gonna pre-order the new expansion pack, please consider using code DoctorAshley at checkout on thesims.com or the EA app, and 5% of your purchase will go towards supporting my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to see you in the next episode, and as usual, I hope you all have a very, very, very above average day. Love you!